If you have a mortgage right now, there is a very good chance the bank is making far more money from you than you ever realized. And in the next 9 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how that works and how to use that same math to take your power back. Let us start with something called amortization. It is the word your lender mentions once, buries in a document, and never explains. But understanding it could save you tens of thousands of dollars. Here's how it works. When you take out a 30-year mortgage for $300,000 at a 6% interest rate, your monthly payment comes out to around $1,800. Sounds manageable, right? But here is what they do not show you in the brochure. In your very first month, only $300 of that payment goes toward your actual loan balance. The other $1,500 goes directly to the bank as interest. You are paying the bank $1,500 just for the privilege of borrowing their money. Now here's where it gets alarming. In month 2, the same thing happens. Month 3, same story. In the first year of a 30-year mortgage, you will pay over $17,000 total, and only about $3,000 of that reduces what you actually owe. This is not an accident. This is amortization by design. The payment schedule is engineered so that lenders collect the maximum amount of interest early in the loan, when you are least likely to pay it off, and when the balance is highest. By the time you reach the halfway point, year 15, you will have paid over $150,000 in total payments. But your loan balance? It has barely dropped below $225,000. You have paid half the life of the loan and still owe 3/4 of what you borrowed. This is the amortization illusion. You feel like you are making progress. Your statement shows a slightly smaller balance each month. But the reality is that in the early years of your mortgage, almost everything you pay goes to interest, not to building equity. But wait. The pure interest math is just the beginning. Layered on top of amortization, most homeowners are hit with a series of additional costs that quietly drain thousands of dollars every year. The biggest one that surprises people is PMI, private mortgage insurance. If you put down less than 20% when you bought your home, there's a very good chance you are paying PMI right now. On a $300,000 loan that can run anywhere from $150 to $400 per month. Here's the part that makes financial experts furious. PMI does not protect you. It protects the bank. If you default on your loan, it is the lender who gets paid by the insurance company, not you. You are paying for insurance that benefits someone else entirely. And unlike regular mortgage interest, PMI gives you nothing in return. It does not reduce your balance. It does not lower your rate. It exists solely as a risk hedge for the lender, paid by you. The good news? Once your equity crosses 20% of your home value, you have the legal right to request PMI removal. Many lenders will not tell you when you hit that threshold. You have to track it yourself and ask for cancellation in writing. Beyond PMI, your monthly payment is often padded with escrow accounts for property taxes and homeowner insurance. These are legitimate costs, but they create an additional layer of money that flows through your lender hands, sometimes earning them float income that goes unnoticed. When you add up base interest, PMI, taxes, insurance, and any HOA fees, the true monthly cost of homeownership is frequently 30 to 40% higher than the mortgage payment most buyers focus on. Here is where things get exciting. Because understanding amortization is not just about seeing how the system works against you, it is about learning to use that same math in your favor. The single most powerful tool available to any homeowner is the extra principal payment. And you do not need to pay thousands of dollars at once for it to have a dramatic impact. On a $300,000 30-year mortgage at 6%, if you add just $200 per month to your principal payment, you will pay off your mortgage 5 years and 3 months early. You will save over $50,000 in interest, $200 a month. The reason this works so powerfully is called front-loading. Because the early years of a mortgage are so interest-heavy, any extra principal you pay in the first decade has a multiplied effect. You are not just paying down balance, you are eliminating future interest charges on that balance for every single remaining month of the loan. One of the simplest strategies is bi-weekly payments. Instead of making 12 monthly payments per year, you make 26 half payments. The net effect is one extra full payment per year. On most 30-year mortgages, this alone shaves between 4 and 6 years off the loan and saves tens of thousands of dollars in interest, with virtually no change to your monthly budget. Let us bring all of this together into a clear action plan you can start this week. First, pull up your current mortgage statement and find your amortization schedule. It should show you, month by month, how much of each payment goes to interest versus principal. If you have never looked at this, you are going to be shocked. Second, check whether you are paying PMI. If your equity has grown above 20%, either through payments or appreciation, contact your lender in writing and request cancellation. This could free up hundreds of dollars per month immediately. Third, run the numbers on making one extra principal payment per year. Set a calendar reminder. Tax refund time is a natural moment. One extra payment per year consistently cuts years off your loan. Fourth, if you are considering refinancing, use the break-even formula. Calculate your true break-even point and make sure it aligns with how long you plan to stay. And fifth, if you can swing it, switch to bi-weekly payments. Most lenders allow this without fees, and the long-term savings are substantial. Mortgages are the largest financial commitment most people ever make, and most people navigate them with almost no information about how the math actually works. But now you know. You understand amortization. You know what PMI really is. You know how to make extra payments work for you. If this kind of deep, practical financial education is what you are looking for, subscribe to the Loan Desk. Every week, we break down the real mechanics behind mortgages, refinancing, and home lending, so you can make decisions that actually build wealth. Hit subscribe.